welcome to another episode of Whiskey and We, episode 31. I'm your host, Terry, and this week I'm a little under the weather, so I'm not feeling it today. You know, the weather's always up and down, and you got pollen and shit in my eye, can't see, but I got a few of the sniffles. I got a minor cold that I'm dealing with. But I'm getting through it, so I'm a trooper. You know, stay hydrated, y'all. Take your vitamin C. Take your vitamins, because it be raining one day, snowing the next, and it got me. It got me, y'all. But I hope y'all are all having a good week. It is officially Pride Month. Woohoo, you know. Everybody's getting ready to celebrate their, show your flag, show your somewhat freedom, because when we start to step out and show why we have to come out and celebrate pride, it opens the doors to show the ignorance and the bigotry and everything that's going on too. So unfortunately the hate comes with that, and the toxic masculinity and all the envy and just all the evilness that continues to go on in this world. But we can't let that dim our light. Continue to shine. My fellow LGBTQ community continue to stand out, and it's going to be an amazing month. I can feel it. Like I said, I've always talking about the weather. The weather is there. It's good. It was humid as fuck today. I ain't gonna lie, but it's going to be a good month. The sun is going to be out. Everybody's going to be, living their best life, and I'm here to support all of that. I'm here to be a part of all of that. So yeah, it's going to be Happy Pride Month. I came back from Puerto Rico, and surprisingly, I did not know, but it was also Pride weekend while I was there. Now, I was going for a friend's birthday, so unfortunately, I didn't get to experience Pride in Puerto Rico, but there's always next year and the years after to get a chance to go and witness the celebration. So yes, it's Pride Month. It's about to be popping, but we about to jump into some what's the whiskey friend. We have first off, we got a proposed straight pride parade happening in Boston. We have a dumbass by the name of John Hugo, who is president of a group called Super Happy Fun America. I don't know, some dumb shit. And his goal is to create a straight pride parade. When I exhale, it's just like, that's me saying I'm tired. My energy's drained, but we got to jump into it, and we got to deal with it, y'all. Bear with me. So Hugo, I just can't. I'm so done with just stupidity. But Hugo explains, we want people to be aware that there's not only one side of things. There's a lot of people that are uncomfortable with a lot of things that are going on in our country, and they're afraid to speak up. Now, I saw this post on social media. Social media is where you can get a lot of content and a lot of news, and you can also get a lot of feedback and witness a lot of stupidity from the people that are also on social media. And I used to be one to really not engage, but I'm also one to definitely choose one of the, dumbasses in the bunch and try to school them, try to actually teach them. But unfortunately, it's definitely like beating a dead horse, running into a brick wall, because their ignorance is so absorbed and so soaked within their brain that there's no helping them. Like they're just ignorant people. So we have people, of course, the straight hetero people that are self-conscious, that feel that their lifestyle, in quotations, their lifestyle is the right way to go. Our lifestyle that we choose, I'm doing all this in quotations, is not the right choice, and everything of how we live our lives. Our decision on being who we obviously cannot choose to be, it's who we are, impacts them so negatively that they feel they need to go on social media and express their opinion as if it's a fact. So you have people that are on social media rallying behind this, saying, "Oh, I don't see what the big deal is. I don't see why we can't have a straight pride parade. It's just a parade and this and that." Like, come on, people. Are you that uneducated? Are you that uneducated and that stupid? Like, y'all, you really don't think before you open your mouth. You really don't. There's the brain cells are gone, and you ever stop to question, before you say things like this, like, why is there a gay pride parade? Why is there a gay pride month in the first place? Why do we have to have one? Because if you really knew why we had to have one, you would be more humble and appreciative that you don't have to have one. Like the fact that we have to have a Black History Month. And I don't want to hear from people always saying don't compare gays to Black History Month. Hate is hate. Look, I'm not going to compare the hardship. I'm not going to sit there and compare what slavery was in specifics versus what the hate that gay people receive. I'm not going to sit there, but you have to kind of see it from hindsight that it's hate. It's hate against a group of people based off of something that they have no decision over. But within the Black community, sometimes I get so fucking pissed off because it be your own people sometimes that want acceptance, and we deal with the racial issues and the racial hate but then we turn our back so quickly on young gay men and women of color and everything. Like, it's so baffling how we just go in fucking circles, and it's like there will never be improvement until we are able to take the blinds off of our eyes and really just kind of accept one another and stop dissecting and causing like this disconnection between one human from another human being. Like, love is love and hate is hate. So I've just been seeing a lot of that, and I mean, I had to kind of just take a break from social media because it's really been getting me. We're already just in the first week of June, and I'm already kind of riled up, ready to fuck some shit up because people are just so ignorant and so stupid. And it's like, it's something that I continue to see every year, and we have to constantly defend ourselves on why. Why do we have to have a Pride Month? Like, educate yourself first. Google is not that hard. It's you're so quick to type your comments on the Shade Room or Facebook or whatever, expressing your opinion. Oh, it's my opinion. Once again, my quote, opinions are not facts. I swear I'm gonna get that on the fucking t-shirt because I have to remind people and let them know your opinion is not valid. Your opinion is just your opinion, but it's neither fact nor fiction, or it's just your belief, but you still have to kind of be open-minded to understand other people's beliefs and opinions and everything. I just need to, I'm telling you, that spaceship can't come soon enough because I'm ready to go to Mars at this point. But yeah, the whole point behind us having a Pride Month, a Pride Day throughout the country, throughout the world, is to commemorate the Stonewall riots that occurred at the end of June. This is the reason why it's in June. This happened in 1969. So straight people, I mean, come on. Y'all got to get it together. Like, this is our moment that we are able to put aside our fears and be brave and stand out and be proud in our own skin just for this month of June, because majority of the year we have to go in hiding, fearful that we're going to be hated against to a point of assault. We have to fight. We have to fight to get married. We have to fight to have children. We have to fight just to get medical insurance. Like, it's ridiculous that y'all want to sit there and try to argue what's the big deal of y'all having a straight pride parade. Like, come on. This shit is just, it's baffling at this point. We are so afraid to this day to hold our hands. Like, and I applaud the ones who are courageous, but it doesn't take away the hate that people can still experience in this day and age, like walking down the street, being fearful of holding hands, public display of affection. It's still something that's looked upon as a negative thing, as a hateful thing. So how dare you, straight people that feel you need to have a straight pride parade? How dare you feel that way? Because every day is straight pride for y'all. Every fucking day is straight pride, and you don't even realize it. But yet you are so insecure and so envious, yet you hate on us, but you can't even let us have our own month. You can't even let us have our own month. This goes to the white people saying there should be a white history month. Like we just sometimes we just can't win, and we're not asking for a lot. Like we've dealt with a lot of shit, and we continue to deal with a lot of shit, a lot of oppression, and it's just never good enough. And here we are getting that 1 month to really just be proud of who we are and be happy and be around loved ones. And you got these dumbass people still coming in talking about, well, I don't see the big deal. I definitely want to have a straight pride parade. I'm glad that the mayor was like, come on, that's stupid. Like, we're having our pride parade. Everybody from gay, lesbian, straight, families, kids, children, they can attend that because it's all about love. To me, it's all about love, and it's all about expression of who you are. We're all individual, yet we're all connected. We're all human, we bleed the same, but we're also individually unique. Who says there is one right way to be? Who says there is one God to pray to? Like, who says there's one religion that you should follow? There's so many different things. It's a world of billions of people. And who says that your way is the right way to live? And who are you to judge another person on how they live their life, especially if it's based on the foundation of love? It's been triggering me all week just to have to go in and me trying to explain this to people. They're not getting it. Like, it's just, and when I try to debate, especially on social media, I only, put myself in the corner because I expect an intellectual debate where, okay, we're not gonna, go at it. I really need you to understand. Maybe you're ignorant, but maybe I can try to help you understand why before you open your mouth. And they don't want to hear it. They just want to say what they want to say and feel important. But that hate ain't gonna get you nowhere. Like, that hate, I strongly believe in karma, and that hate ain't gonna attract nothing but hateful shit in your life. So y'all need to get over yourselves, and you need to appreciate the fact that you get to walk down the street, you get these rights, and you get to live your life without being hated on and looked at in a hateful way, in an evil way. Like, cut it out. Cut the fucking shit out. And I be waiting. Sometimes I wait for the day somebody crosses me with some bullshit so I can just hand it to them. But, I know God's on my side, because God knows that us Capricorns, we can be quiet, but we definitely have a temper, and we can, like, go off the edge just like that. I just don't like seeing shit like this. It's so sad to see that we have such a long way to go. It's 2019, and yet we still have such a long way to go. But it's Pride Month, and I guess we have to continue to teach the small-minded people of what the meaning is behind this. Like, we use Pride Month as a way to be seen. Like, we harness the momentum of sometimes stalled equal rights movements and show off our pride. Like, y'all gotta understand that. And like I said, we are so far advanced in technology and research and databases at our fingertips. There should be no reason you should be this stupid. You can navigate all through social media and like pics and comment and everything, but you can't do some actual research on something before you open your goddamn mouth. Like, come on, get out of here with that. I don't want to hear no slander about pride, because I'm ready to just pop off on anyone. And I'm glad that I have my straight friends and my family that support it. My mom last year, she changed her Facebook the little icon thing where every time there's something going on, you can change it to something that Facebook promotes. But she changed it to the pride flag. It was such a happy moment for me, because it was like, my mom doesn't care who sees it on her side of the family, and her side can be pretty country. Yeah, southern country. But it was a great moment for me. It showed that my mom accepts me for who I am, and she is proud of who I am, and she wouldn't change a thing. So we need more people like that. And for the bigoted, toxic people, y'all need to get over your fucking selves, and you need to educate yourself and learn, because you're not, the world doesn't revolve around you. You're not God's holy chosen one. So I don't know where you learned that shit from, but just make sure that you're judging people how they live their life. But your closet ain't clean. You got some skeletons in your closet as well. So just be mindful of that before you want to open your mouth and judge someone. And usually it comes from people who have demons, like who have their demons and they harbor, and they know they're guilty of things that they do in their life, but they need to convince themselves that it's okay by putting such judgment on other people and how they live their life. I see that shit. Y'all think people don't see that shit? We see that shit. So it is Pride Month. The great thing about New York is that it is World Pride. I won't be going to that, unfortunately. I mean, I said last year, I did my Pride thing up here. I may get out because my homegirl, she's never really done Pride, so we may dip and dab into a few places just so she can experience it. It's going to be a good time. But the great thing is that it is World Pride. I hear a lot of people talking about it. It happens every other year, and it's never happened in New York. So this will be the first time. I don't know how much tickets are, and I barely know anything about it, but I just know that people are coming from across the world for this. So it's pretty big. And who knows? I may end up going, I may not. It just depends. But at the end of the day, I'm celebrating the month in spirit and just physically being there any kind of way. So I applaud all my fellow community, gay, lesbian, trans, like anybody that's, still fighting for their rights, but still courageous enough to be who they are and stand tall. So yeah, great, great, great. And like I said, the people who support it that are straight and family and everything, but we still got a long way to go. And I'm hoping that we get there through education. But this hate shit, I ain't for it. I'm on my tip and edge with that. So we're gonna continue into the Pride stories. Let's talk about Marlon Wayans. He posted a picture recently with it being Pride Month, showing love for his lesbian daughter. He goes to post a picture of her. She's got some cool kicks on. At the bottom, you see the Pride colors, which is, I want to know where she got those shoes from because I would definitely love to cop a pair. But his 19-year-old daughter, he goes to say in the caption, "Happy Pride to my pride and joy. I wouldn't change one effing thing about you. Love you to the moon, around the sun, through the galaxies, and back again." And see, that's what I'm talking about, especially from a black man, a black father. Like, supporting, loving his children, loving his daughter, no matter what, accepting them for who they are, and still loving them, to the moon, through the galaxies and everything, and back. That's the kind of love I'm talking about. So here we go. People have their comments. Everybody's acting the fool this month, and they're going to catch hands if they don't cut it out. So you got people in the comments not with it, people that follow him or support him, but obviously don't support his how he raises his kids and who he loves, apparently. So you got people going in on the comments. One person, idiotically enough, like just something in the water, y'all. Someone goes to say she's not old enough to understand what's that really all about. You have the power to change lives, bro. Don't teach her that. What? Let me say WTF because I don't want to keep dropping F-bombs. WTF. She's 19 years old. What the hell are you talking about? She's not old enough to understand. What? Like, okay, y'all just getting stupid at this point. Y'all just talking just to talk. Y'all don't even think anymore. The brain must be off. I think the brain, something ain't right in the blood. Y'all gotta go get something scanned out because you have the power to change lives, bro. Don't teach her that. Don't teach her that. Oh, man. I don't even know, honestly, I don't even know what to say to that. It's just, I can't go against that because I don't even want to waste the energy on the certain words used. She's not old enough. Don't teach her that. Okay, next. Another person says there's technology. Oh, wait. Oh, no, this is what he said. So I don't know who he responded to specifically, but one of his comments, his responses that I just completely loved was, "There's technology and I got the means. So thank you, shallow fucker. Go hate on your own kids." That's what I'm talking about. Go hate on your own kids. Like, why are you so immersed in the way someone else lives their life and the way someone else raises their children? Like, it has nothing to do with you. Worry about your child, and it's sad that if you raise them in the house of hate, it's going to be so unfortunate for that kid. But at the same time, it's like, you do that. Let that be your priority. Nobody's telling you how to raise your kid. Why are people so bent on telling people what to do when it comes to their parenting? I see it all the time. Like, I don't get it. Why? Like, first of all, nobody gives a fuck what you think. But second of all, who are you? Like, who are you? Parent of the year? Like, this shit's crazy. Some of y'all aren't parents at all. And you're still telling someone how to raise their child. Don't get it. Yeah, just people just love to talk just to be heard, and then they want people to rally behind them. But then when you try to put them in their place and let them know about themselves, oh, it's just my opinion. Man, get out of here with that. Let's get on to some other, great news actually. But of course, I've seen people with their toxic masculinity be affected by it. We got Pittsburgh Steelers. What's his name? Juju Smith Schuster for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He ended up going to prom with a teenager who I guess was let down. She broke up with him. I'm guessing it was a girl. She broke up with him, and he had no one to go with for prom. So he reached out to Juju, asking to go with him, and Juju actually went through with that. So they posted some pictures on Instagram. Both looking clean. First of all, got on these nice, I think it was suede tuxedos, green, fresh, just looking fresh. It's just a great role model setting once again from a black man. And looking at this, honestly, I didn't put a thought of if the terms gay or straight or whatever. I really just saw it as, wow, what a powerful thing to do. What a great example to set. It's not about the fact that he's going with the male or he's going with the female. It's a fact that he, two guys chilling. The kid obviously looks up to him as a role model, and what better way to prove that by doing something like this? It's just such a impactful, a loving moment to see. But of course, people in the comments aren't with it. You got your males that they don't do shit like that. They ain't with it. Nah, they good. But it is what it is. You can feel the way you feel, but let me tell you, your toxic masculinity, we see it. We can smell it. It's seeping out all over the place, whether you want to deny it or not, because y'all put labels on so many things and you critique so many things instead of seeing a bigger picture of wow, how impactful is it that he did this, and how positively impactful it's gonna affect this kid growing up. It's not about, sometimes we just got to step out of our own ego. We got to step out of our own ego and just do things for each other without the worry of oh my God, is this some gay shit, or how am I looked? How is this gonna look, me doing this? Obviously Juju didn't care, and I think that's great. And I don't know much about him, but I definitely applaud him for doing this. So I think that's great. I think we should definitely do more things like this and just stop fallen within society's means of this judgment category where we can't be ourselves authentically, or we can't act or do something a certain way without being critiqued on what our sexuality is or anything. It's just crazy. I'm telling you, sometimes social media can be such a toxic environment, but if people keep doing things like this and keep pushing it for social media, I think it'll, definitely hit a few strings on a good note to get people to realize that you can be yourself. Stop trying to live in this mirage of what life is supposed to be and how you're supposed to be as a guy and how you're supposed to be as a girl. This goes back to the guys with nails. It is what it is. At the end of the day, if it's not affecting you and your bills, why the fuck you talking about it? Just shut up. For real. So we could end it there. Actually, I want to go over a quick topic of discussion. So Miley Cyrus, let's jump on her real quick before we close this category. Miley Cyrus just came out with another album while I was in Puerto Rico. I got on Apple Music and I was like, oh shit, she came out with another album. So apparently she has stepped back into her bangers era. And if you're not familiar with her bangers era, it was kind of when Miley Cyrus jumped into R&B, hip hop, pop. So this album, she's got cameos with Sway Lee, I think RuPaul, Ghostface Killer. Short album. Heard a few songs. Not bad. I want to like it, but my issue with Miley is that, I don't want to put the label that she's a culture vulture, but she kind of is a culture vulture. And we see that a lot where we do have people of unseasoned chicken coming in and really stealing the arts of African American, be it clothing, be it hairstyles, be it music. My big issue, I don't mind African American and just black culture inspiring people of non-color. I think my issue when it comes to Miley is that I didn't forget not too long ago when she wanted to, do her bangers album, do all this crazy ass shit, twerking and all that. And then she did an interview where now she's saying she's leaving hip hop because it's too much. She can't listen to that. So I remember the quote. The quote, she was talking about Kendrick Lamar's Humble song when it came out. She was like, she loves that song because he talks about showing natural, like ass with some stretch marks. But then she goes on to say she loves it because it's not come sit on my dick, suck my dick. I can't, she's like, I can't listen to that anymore. That's what pushed me out of the hip hop scene a little. It was too much. Lamborghini, got my Rolex, got a girl on my dick. I'm so not that. Mind you, her dad was just in the video, with Lil Nas or whatever, in what I believe was a Lamborghini. I don't know, but it was a very expensive sports car. So, but I'm not going to touch on that. That's kind of my issue when it comes to certain people like that because I wanted to like Miley. I'm not going to say she makes bad music. Miley makes good music. Like I've always, enjoyed her music, but now you kind of dip back into your bangers era to, you got your producers, Mike Will Made It and Ghostface Killer on a track and everything. But at this point, it's like it's hard for me to kind of accept you because you culture vultures like to come in, take what you need, and then dip and say you're not a part of this. So now you're coming back after you did your little country thing or whatever you did, and you want to come back and dip into it to reach another audience again, to reach the audience that probably was putting money in your pockets. But how can you say, you're not for those lyrics and everything, but your ass was twerking and licking dick blow up dolls or whatever, dildos or whatever it was when she was doing on tour all over the stage. Like nobody forced you to do that. I don't know, man. I don't know if your managers made you do that, but you were definitely twerking and doing all that on your own. You were a grown ass adult. So don't try to dip back into it. Now that's where I have a problem with certain artists, especially artists that kind of dip into the black culture and take what they need and do all that shit, but then they want to bounce in a heartbeat once they get their coins and everything, and not not speak up for us and not try to rally behind us and support us, especially when it comes to all the bullshit that's happening. Now I will say, in one of her videos recently, her country video where she's driving in the car, she does show clips of like the Colin Kaepernick situation where there were people kneeling on the side of the road and everything. So I'm not gonna say she's definitely not racist or anything. I just think, yeah, she's a culture vulture for doing what she's doing. So it's great. You got a new album, but I don't know, Miley. You're still on my shit list right now. So let me know what y'all think. If y'all check out the album, it's okay. It's not anything to die for, to be honest. I just thought it was very interesting that now she's back. I thought she was just gonna continue country, and it's been labeled pop, but I mean, she's got songs with Mike Will Made It and Sway Lee. Come on. We know what it is. But yeah, that wraps up What's the Whiskey Friend? We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with Keeping It Real. And we are back. So for Keeping It Real, I'm going to keep it very short and sweet this time. So I'm currently, I've been all over the place. I've been busy trying to get things in order. One of the main things that's happening in my life right now is that I am transitioning careers. Good move, absolutely. So I have a lot of things lined up, and I've had a lot of proposals brought my way, and I feel that in my current situation, I just wasn't moving quick enough. And I'm all about a person of growth, and I get bored very easily. So I need constant stimulation. I'm a creative person. I work with my hands, I work with my mind. So I need to constantly be on the go, and I need to be on the move with projects and inspiration and everything. So I felt that in my current role, I wasn't moving quick enough, and I've reached out. I've been very vocal with my peers and my managers and everything saying, this is what I need. I'm ready for the next step. If you don't think I'm ready, tell me what I need to learn. Tell me what I need to put on my plate, and I will do that. So it just wasn't moving quick enough for me, and the responsibilities, there wasn't enough transition. So I was approached, and like I said, got proposals, and after speaking, going through the process, I decided to accept one. Excuse me. So, what my point of this keeping it real is to get people to understand, because I've had talks with certain colleagues who are not happy. They're not happy within their current role. They are borderline miserable, depressed. That depressed when you wake up and you don't feel fulfilled, and you don't feel like you're getting your day's worth, your purpose. You don't feel like you're on the right path. And what I've realized with now putting in my resignation with this company is immediately I started to see the switch in vibes and the character in people and how they treat you. And it was just, a slightly disappointing, slightly hurtful, because within this role, I was dependent on. I was looked at as, you're a strong colleague, you're worthy, and we need you. But once they realize that you are no longer valued to them, let me tell you, companies will drop your ass in a heartbeat. And it's such a realization of why I'm making such a great decision to continue moving forward, because I'm witnessing the change in attitudes on how I'm kind of being treated and how invested they are in me when they know that I'm leaving. It's none. It's none. I'm like, nobody, certain, I'm not going to say everybody, certain individuals, they'll say congratulations, they said that, but you can kind of sense that they are not happy. They want me to stay, which is great, but the kind of vibe and energy I'm getting now is kind of like, hey, well, we don't really need you because you're about to leave. So we don't need to count on you for anything. We don't, it's kind of a back turn towards me. And my point going back is like, don't stress, because I have friends and I have colleagues, like I said, that stress, and they are afraid to make the move. They are afraid because I get it. We're human. And they want security. They need to know what the steps are ahead. But with this job, I had to take a risk. I had to jump. I had to be the fool, and I had to jump with my eyes closed, hoping that wherever I land at the bottom is going to be good. But, that ties into your beliefs, your spirituality, your religion. Like, do you have enough faith? Do you have enough hope? Because if you don't, you're going to have to get some, because this is how life works. This is how, you're not going to know everything. And trust me, I know. I've always tried to be the person that I need to control everything that happens within and without, outside of my life. But then as I get older, I realize that I'm not going to have control over everything. I need to put a lot of trust and a lot of hope into God or your higher being or whoever you believe in. You need to put it out there in the universe. You need to, really just put faith that you're going to be okay. And, your path is set. And then all you have to do is just make the decision. You got to take the risk. So realize that, you're not happy. You're staying at this job. You're waking up. At this point, you got to keep it real. You got to keep it real with yourself. And you got to tell yourself, when this company has got to make cuts, they will cut your ass in a heartbeat. They don't give a fuck about cutting your ass. They don't care about you at the end of the day, because what they care about is money and profit. And sometimes you got to tell yourself that. Now, some companies are very much invested in their employees. I'm not going to say all companies are like that, but there are some companies that are invested in their employees, vested in the growth, the self-development. But if you're miserable and you are asking for growth and you realize that you're not getting it, you can't expect your managers and your company to one day turn around and come to you and say, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. You're right. You deserve all this and more. You have to wake up. Years are going by. You're wasting time. You're wasting your time at that. So you need to wake up. You need to look in the mirror and you need to realize that they will cut your ass in a heartbeat. They don't care. They don't care about you. They care about saving their business, saving their asses. And it's kind of like the saying of, people won't remember. You can do a lot of good things to people in the work and it'll slip their minds. But the minute you do something bad, it'll always stick and they'll always remember that. You just got to remember that they will get rid of you, and they will replace you with someone who is younger and will most likely take less money. So if you're not moving fast enough, then you need to not worry about what's on the other side. You just need to jump. You need to jump, and you need to go that way. You need to take that path, because if not, you're going to find yourself stuck in your comfort zone because you're afraid to make a move, because you tell yourself, well, at least I know I have a job now. At least I know I'm getting a check. Yes, we have responsibilities, but think of your mental health too. Is that check really worth you being so depressed? You're taking decades off of your lifeline by being depressed, having anxiety, just this negative feeling instead of being positive all the time. Like, just remember something like that. So is your mental health really worth the pain and stress? Especially if they're not even paying your ass enough and they just stacking responsibility after responsibility after responsibility. Like, I encourage people who feel that they're at a standstill. Like, this is not your last stopping point. This is not the end. You just got to kind of break out of the fear of the not knowing, of the what if, and just do it. You got to go with your intuition. Like, you got to tap into, meditate, do what you got to do, pray, but you got to tap into your intuition, because when you kind of tune into that, you'll know when it's right. So don't find yourself in the blink of an eye 10 years down the line and you still in the same position, not going anywhere, and you're just kind of just miserable. There's no passion in work. Always make sure you got passion, and always make sure there's a balance. But if you ain't going anywhere, then you can't keep pointing fingers at your managers. You can't keep pointing fingers at outside circumstances. You have to kind of look within. You got to look at yourself and be like, well, what am I doing wrong? And I put myself in this situation. Nobody else did that except you. So you got to just own up to it, and then you can make steps. But take that leap, take that jump, and eyes closed, and see where you go. But with faith and with hope, your path, you'll be put on your path. But this type of this realization for me was like, wow, that's disappointing. It's disappointing because when I was a employee and there was no thought to me leaving, I was valued very much. But now that I have said, I'm leaving, here's my resignation, here's my 2 weeks, I definitely feel the energy has shifted. And it's sad. It's sad. I mean, but God is on my side. God has me. And that's why I'm leaving, because I'm moving on to better things. So don't let fear stop you. Don't let fear stop you, because you'll find yourself stuck 20 years down the line. And that's my keeping it real. I think I dragged that shit on, actually. It was supposed to be quick, y'all. And I think I was talking for a good minute, but it had to be said. So that's my keeping it real. We're going to wrap the show up with me versus the media. Let's see if I can keep this quick. Me versus the media. Let's talk about people always wanting to cancel somebody. Y'all always want to cancel a goddamn celebrity or something. God forbid, a human makes a mistake. It depends on the mistake, though, because I'll tell you, Kanye is canceled in my book. I don't care what y'all say. He's canceled in my book. And I think I want to touch on this subject because I actually don't mind the canceling per se. It's the fact that y'all are quick to cancel celebrities and then y'all forget that y'all canceled them and turn around and support them. I see so many people canceling Kanye, but depending on the post, if it's promoted as a negative thing he's doing, but then the minute they post something like maybe him smiling, everybody's team Kanye again. Like, y'all need to pick a fucking side at this point. Like, stop being so brainwashed into not thinking. Like, think for yourself. And Kanye's canceled in my book. I said it last year and I'm still on it. He's canceled. I don't like who he supports. I don't like, I don't even like his mindset, honestly. And I'm not for his shenanigans. So, yeah, that's not going to take away from him making great music, but I just don't support it. I can find other artists. So I'm good. Like, he's canceled in my book. But y'all be so quick to also just cancel everybody. Apparently Oprah's canceled now because she joined in with the Michael Jackson documentary. Yeah, fucked up move. And, on her part, and turns out like I don't think all of it was true. I didn't believe it from the get-go. I don't believe in slandering a man and doing all this while he is passed, while he's dead. I don't think that's respectful. But I'm also human, and I can see where someone who is not completely in control of everything, we can still make mistakes. So if Oprah jumped on it, I was like, okay, that's a fucked up move. Like, she's dumb for that. But I'm not going to necessarily cancel Oprah because she has given back so much to like the community, just to the world. So I'm not going to sit there and cancel her, but I witnessed like everybody's quick to cancel off of the slightest thing. You know, Jussie is canceled, but now everybody likes Jussie Smollett because they realize that he wasn't lying all the way, or, you know, there is some imperfections or some twists and turns or some holes poked in the story from Chicago Police Department and everything. So it's like now y'all want to bring him back on board, but he was canceled. It's like y'all need to cut the shit out with this canceling. Stop, can't cancel yourself at this point. Cancel yourself because you're at home on your mama's couch talking about who you canceling. You canceling Oprah. You can't cancel $1 billion. You can't cancel a billionaire. You think she know who you are? Like, she's dancing in her garden, harvesting her greens or whatever the hell, getting ready for Thanksgiving or doing something in her mansion, and you have the nerve from your mama's couch to cancel a billionaire. Well, I mean, if that makes you feel great, then go ahead and do it, sweetie. But who you think you impacting? If they go ahead, woohoo, like wave that flag, because I don't think it matters at all that you trying to cancel Oprah like she gives a flying fuck. I mean, so y'all can keep thinking that, but y'all think y'all cute with that canceling shit? That shit ain't cute. Shut up, sit down somewhere, cancel yourself and cancel your life and start over again. Cancel your mindset. How about that? And start over again. So, like I said, I was going to keep that one short. That'll wrap up me versus the media, and that'll wrap up the show. So we got through this one. Me sniffles and everything, coughs and all, but I pushed through. Once again, I appreciate everyone showing support, listening to the podcast. If you haven't already, like, comment, rate, subscribe. I truly appreciate it. Definitely check out the Instagram. I know. I'm not going to get into it, but definitely check it out. Follow it. Check out Twitter as well. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, I'd love to hear from my listeners. Definitely send me your feedback, whiskeyandwe@gmail.com. So that is it for this week. Happy Pride Month. It's going to be a fantastic month. Don't let people get you down. Stand tall, stand proud. So do I have any shout outs? Shout out to my LGBTQ people. I mean, there we go. We're going to keep it like that. Y'all get the whole month shout out. So shout out to y'all. And whatever y'all do, you know, starting off, I know Queens happened. Brooklyn's coming up, Brooklyn Pride. So y'all just be safe, but definitely live your truth. And with that, I'm going to see everybody next week.